You're not going to believe this, Goo, and I know. See, when you say this,
oh boy, we starting early.
When you say this, sometimes I'm a little skeptical, but when I say it, I mean it. So I watched the whole Giants game last night.
So did I.
Does it count if it's watching? If it's on, the volume's pretty low, and you're kind of looking at your phone and stuff? Because
But you're watching every. Yeah, you got the gist of it.
You're paying attention. I don't know if you're really.
So
watching.
You saw the Bad News Bears with the 2 errors in one play. Just what's going on?
I don't know what's going on, but
has some standards.
What's crazy is that it feels like this year is they're I get it. They're on the fringe of the race. They're 500, but this year's been worse than anybody's really thought it could be. It feels like.
And why is that to you, Matt?
Well, it's because in the Bay Area, I think you have to win. I think you have to win, and you got to win in a fun way for the fans to come out. I mean, you saw Tom Verducci's column yesterday about he thinks the Giants are the most boring team in baseball.
We already knew that.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's Farhan's job. He took the job, obviously, to build something that people wanted to come out to and enjoy and take pride in. But now you're talking about a baseball team with old guys, Steiny, out-of-position guys that look like they should be in the softball league, Jock Peterson. I mean, come on, man. I mean, what are we waiting on in regard to Farhan and his magic? He has put this together, and they lead the league in errors, and you lose 3 or 4 to the Rockies. Worst bullpen in baseball. I'm not saying you got to be the 27 Yankees, but damn, Steiny and Verducci, all he wrote is what we already knew here in the Yay. Like, this thing is going the wrong way, and partner, it's going the wrong way in the diamond lane fast.
And yet, they're more competitive than half the teams in the NL. They just are. That's a fact. As bad as they are, they're still a 500 team. And the Major League Baseball's added an extra wild card. And guess what? There's 10, 12 games left, and they're 3 back.
Steiny, they were tied. They had this spot. It's going the wrong way. You're playing your worst baseball at the most inopportune time, and you're losing. The 3 or 4 to the Rockies should have just cemented that they have no chance. But the math was there. And then what did they do yesterday? Just go get slapped around. The tone was set in the first couple of innings. But it sounds like you're okay with it. Like,
and what did you expect at the beginning of the year?
It's
like not. What were your expectations for the Giants at the beginning of the year?
What if I told you we chugged that beer? There were no expectations.
Okay.
It was to compete and get us to football.
Okay.
But then you shock the world and you're 11 and 12 over. And I'm telling Willard and Dibbs, there's just something special about these Giant players. Anybody can take you deep. And then the water has been cut off.
Remember what
and now
said?
you got pitchers barking, mediocre pitchers barking about how they're being used, and then you go on Friday night. That's the one that hit me. And you got your closer, a stud on the mound, and you find a way to lose that game after you had the lead. And then the way that the game ended, you can't tell me, Steiny, that's just a regular loss. Let's go get him tomorrow, boys. And for our own Larry Krueger last night, I'm going Rob Lowe about last night. Have the Giants quit on Kapler? I don't think they have, but has Farhan quit on the Giants?
What does that mean?
He ain't doing nothing.
What can he do now?
Close a deal.
It's September.
Well, get ready to close. Trout.
Is Trout a free agent?
He could get him in a trade. He can be had. Ohtani. Do you want Ohtani? Hell yeah. I want Ohtani for non-baseball reasons.
Why would
you need something?
But why would anybody come here?
See, that's what you get me mad with that one.
But they have no talent. They don't have a player on the team that could attract another player. You know, like the Warriors were sought after because people wanted to play with Steph Curry. Nobody wants to play with the Giants. So
that's a bigger problem. If you're right,
but my thing is, this is like, I don't understand the disappointment. This is kind of who we knew they were going to be at the beginning of the year. We thought, you know what? They didn't make a big splash in the offseason. They didn't get the guys they wanted. They didn't get Judge. They changed their mind on Correa. That's fine. They got Haniger. They got Conforto. They come into the season. There aren't a lot of expectations, and guess what? They compete like they always compete. And now there's 2 weeks left in the season, and
they're leaking oil.
They're still 500, but yeah, they're leaking oil.
And you left out the guys that you brought. They've all been injured.
Right, and listen, I can play the other side of this. You brought up a lot of young guys this year. You had some young guys getting at bats. Yes, they're fading down the stretch. That's what young guys do, and that's what veterans do also. Who are older veterans.
But they're
Brandon Crawford.
Okay, Steiny, I'm not mad at you, but I just feel like you're omitting they're playing bad baseball.
Right now they are, yeah. But they played really good baseball. Yesterday was the
game, and we had Liquidate All Assets episode 3 dropping later on today, Steiny. Dib said that was the game last night where Kapler should have flipped over a spread, even if that's not your style. You can't just
They're not good enough to flip over a spread. Like they're not underachieving.
They lead the league in errors.
That's right, because they have bad fielders.
Oh, boy. Guys that are out of position. That can be fixed, partner.
How?
I'm not going to do.
How are they going to be good next year?
That is the scare. You go close some deals.
Okay. Well, that's easier said than done. That's not what they do here.
And the bigger part to this, partner, is business is bad when people aren't coming to your restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I can say, this it, Goo, this it. People are not coming, Steiny. So you got to do something fast, quick, and in a hurry. So if Mike Trout can be had and you think he would arguably be your best everyday player, which he would be, you got to go in on that, Farhan. Like whatever you brought here in your little book, rip all those pages up because let me tell you, Jack, it's not working. And then I'll give you Rodon. Night, you said bye-bye. But you know who I'm not going to give, and here I go, a Guru special, Gosman. Like he pitched his ass off for you all, and you thought, you know what, Frank Sinatra, we got our giant way. See ya. And all he's done is just been steady Freddy. And your pitching staff is just misfits. And when I say misfits, guys that don't like how they're being used. Man. How do you overcome that? This ain't no rat. This is a raccoon.
How just 6 weeks ago you said this team's going to win it all? 6 weeks ago you said, Steiny, you can put anybody in this lineup. They've got a system.
Don't forget Magic. Don't forget Magic. They were playing good baseball.
And what did I say?
I don't remember.
It's a long season.
But you're giving a pass for bad baseball. I understand you not being
Tell
good.
Tell me they're underachieving, and I'll criticize you or criticize them. They're not underachieving. They're not very good. Now, if you want to criticize Farhan, you can criticize Farhan.
Someone, Brandon Crawford, who's a perennial Gold Glover, and I know he's older.
What do you want to do with him?
It ain't about I don't want to accept him making errors. Like
okay, so hold on a second.
That's not okay.
The same guy who wants to keep the Warriors dynasty together as long as humanly possible, no matter what. Now, well, we can't have Brandon Crawford finishing his career like this. What are you talking about? That's what you paid for.
Right.
That's why you didn't get rid of him, because you wanted him to retire a Giant. And now he's hitting 194.
No, I didn't say anything about the bat. I said the glove has been his thing forever.
He's old.
So
he's old.
But then if you thought the glove was going to be a frying pan, then he needs to go somewhere else.
Well,
my thing is I'm holding Brian Crawford in high regard of what he's done. And fielding, at minimum, should be something we could count on you for. And he has made errors. That's not okay. That's my point.
Brandon Crawford is the epitome of a guy that you gave a contract to because of what he's done. Not because what he was going to do. Like, this is what you get when you sign veteran players past their prime. And that's why I get it. It's easy to say that about the Warriors. To just keep Curry, Clay, and you know what? I don't have a better plan.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to criticize it. But then don't tell me 2 weeks to go in the regular season and Crawford's wearing down, and now we're saying, Brandon Crawford, he shouldn't have been on the team in the first place.